What is up, you heathens and demons, sinners and saints? I forgot my damn intro. um, a hectic start trying to get started today. I wasn't going to stream today. My daughter had a doctor's appointment this morning, but I decided, I'm an addict, and what do addicts do but use their drug of choice, mine being YouTube, so I'm here. But in all seriousness, I decided to go ahead and stream today. I wanted to cover this. This is an interaction that happened on Ginger Nation. Their link is in the description below. Go sub to them. They have some good conversations sometimes. Definitely interesting conversations. You never know who's going to pop in. And Dragnauct is in this, going to be the star of this interaction. So I put his link in the description below. If you don't know who Dragnauct Silvas is and you are not subscribed to Dragnauct, you should go subscribe to Dragnauct. What's up, chat? It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And we're not looking at Smokey, but we're still going to have some fun. We're still going to have some laughs with another lol cow, this one being Jesus is Lord. Might get into some butt play. Might get into some lies. Might get into Dragnauct calling Jill out on the shit. It's gonna be fun. Tomorrow, me and John are hoping to have ready a special Mad Duck stream, and we're gonna call him Beggar Mad Ducks. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, tune in tomorrow. We're gonna have some laughs tomorrow as well. But what's up, chat? How are you guys doing today? How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good, considering. But we got Jeremy Pace here. Yes, Jeremy, I did finally watch the diss track. It was hilarious. Lori Hayes is here. Quentin Phipps, Ginger Nation, up in the house. Native Atheist, it's way past his bedtime. Thank you for being here, my man. Thank you for the view. Go to bed if you need to. Catch it on the playback. It's going to be funny. Twisted Skeptic, my patron, is here. What's up? Shit Mutant was first. Junk Shop Library. Some emojis. Fire, Satan, fire. Something like that. What up? Hail Satan, y'all. Yuri Bench all the way from the Holy Land. Sassy Heathen is here. What's up, Sassy Heathen? We are going to have some fun. We're going to get away from Smoky Saint. And we're going to have some fun with a nationalist, a Christian nationalist. Jesus is Lord. Jesus is Lord doesn't like talking to women, so you can only find them in rooms full of men. And we're going to have some fun. My daughter has an ear infection. So, easy fix. Got some amoxicillin. She should be hearing perfectly in a couple days. I was a little worried, but I figured it was probably an ear infection. Now, me personally, I've spoken about my health. Spoken about my battles trying to get insurance again. My daughter's had insurance. I haven't had insurance. I found out a couple days ago that I do have insurance again. I finally got my insurance again. And it means that I can no longer, and what's up, Dr. Josh, this one guy? It means I can no longer put off my health issues because I can't afford them, right? Now I can go to the doctor. I can get checked out. I'm scared. I'm not going to lie. My vein disease has progressed rapidly, mainly due to the fact that I have yet to quit smoking cigarettes. It's an accelerant. They've been telling me for years I've got to quit, and I haven't. A lot of this is my fault. I'm not strong-minded enough to quit smoking cigarettes, apparently. It's a very hard thing to quit. I've tried. I've failed. I'll keep trying. But I'm scared. I'm afraid of being disabled. I can't afford to be disabled. I'm afraid of losing my right leg. My right foot is really, really fucked. It's constant pain. It's all day, everyday pain in my right foot. So, that's going to be happening, and that'll eat into some of my stream time. So if I'm not streaming, assume I'm at the doctor. Assume that I made several improvements to my health. I've quit drinking. I quit smoking for a while, got on the vape, and then I'm smoking again, but I'm exercising. I'm eating healthier. But I still need to make some adjustments. I still need to get better. I still need to stop smoking. And it's hard. Maybe one day I'll just have a stream and we'll bring some smokers on and we'll talk about how hard it's been for us to stop and why we should stop and all of that good health stuff. But yeah, just so you guys know, just so you know, a little bit of despair before the laughs that we're gonna have today. But not really despair. It's a good thing. I'm gonna finally find out, you know, where I'm at and hopefully have some surgeries. You know, it's not a foregone. You know, my brain goes to the worst case scenario, but maybe I can still fix it. Maybe I don't have to lose my leg yet. Maybe I don't have to be disabled yet. So who knows? It'll be good to know. So that'll be happening. That's going to be happening. But we deal with life. Life is life. You know, you roll with the punches. You get back up. Even if you don't have a leg to get back up on, you get back up and you continue moving forward. That is the nature of our existence, and we are going to do that today because I was part of an awesome conversation. I always love when Dragnauct Silvas is part of the conversation. Why do I love it? Because I think he's one of the best at what he does. He's one of the best. He's smart. He's intelligent. He understands conversations. He understands philosophy. He knows what he's doing. And I can just sit there and be chill as fuck and let Drag do his thing and learn. Because that's what this is all about. It's about learning, being a better interlocutor, being better at doing this here thing. So I love it when I'm in a room with Dragnauct Silvas. And I love it when it's unexpected. Because I went on a smaller channel, Ginger Nation, Quentin Phipps, this one guy, both Christians but cool people. Love to have conversations. And Drag shows up. And then Jill shows up. So we're going to get right into it. This is when Jill shows up. Right around when Jill shows up. And it's not going to last too long. We're going to try to watch all of it, and I'll speed it up if I have to, but I'm going to try to keep it at regular speed because that's what I like. I don't like it when it's sped up, so I only do it when I have to. I want to watch all of it, though, because I want to get into the butt play. And then we have to get into, you know, what I call the owned to quit, and owned would be in quotes. I'm owned. I'm going to get the fuck out of here while I'm owned. That happens with Jesus is Lord. Let's check it out.
But Jesus is Lord is here, so I thought I'd give Dragnauct and Nakasuchi a little.
You know, I have looked into the no-carb diet, and that's something that I'm considering. Carbs are a big part of my diet. But my daughter is diabetic, type 1 diabetic, so carbs has become a huge issue in this household, and I am considering going on a no-carb diet myself.
Prize for being awesome and coming on.
I mean, I don't think Jill can ever be considered a prize. No, I haven't. Knock, have you tried to be a host for AXB or Talk Heathen or Truth Wanted? No, I haven't. And a lot of that is I still have this mentality, this fanboy mentality. I also understand that a lot of atheists don't approve of my approach, although I'm fairly certain Matt Dillahunty wouldn't mind my approach. I think we have similar approaches. Not saying I'm as smart as Matt, but we approach Christians in the same manner, I think. A no-nonsense, no bullshit type of manner. But I think it's mostly, I'm still kind of a fanboy, and I haven't approached them to do that. But I would love to do that, and I know that it would be great for this channel for me to do that. And also, I want to be as good. You know, I want to be good, and I get better every time I have a conversation. I'm a perfectionist, so I'll never be as good as I want to be. But maybe that'll be something I think about doing in the future, correct? Because I do love those guys. I love the work that they do there. Been a big, huge Matt Dillahunty fan forever. So yeah, I would love to do that, and it would definitely help grow the channel.
Yeah, you better give him a heads up. You better give him a warning.
A warning about what? God damn it, P Mars. Poker Mars. I don't want your help. Dude. I'll do it. I got help. I got real help. I don't need a racist troll.
Right. Hold on 1 second.
Yay! I mean, I'm just so excited that I get ridiculousness in my morning. Hey, real quick, like Sergeant Slim Jim. Tonight's the night I'm coming on your channel, right? Yes, it was, and I did. And if you guys haven't seen it, I'll probably mirror it over here and hopefully push some subs Sergeant's way. Great conversation that we had on his channel. I was tired. I wasn't my spicy self. I have been streaming all day, but I'm gonna mirror that. I do want to have a lot of things ready. So like I got a Sokka Sky Out exchange. I want to get all these different things ready for when I do start going to the doctor. That if I'm not here, that I'll have plenty of material to release. So you're always getting shit. But it was a great stream on Sergeant Slim Jim's channel, and I will be mirroring it and putting it on this channel.
Yes, sir. I emailed out the link actually just before this started.
Cool.
Oh,
Cool.
shit.
I bet racism does burn a lot of calories because as you get in that ass beat, you're working them muscles. You're burning calories as you get in that ass beat, P. Mars.
Yeah, it should be a good conversation. Looking forward to it.
Me too.
Slim, I invited you on my channel to review the police activity, and you didn't show up.
told you I was
Sarge,
Oh.
what do you think of what happened up in Salt Lake City with that autistic 13-year-old boy? Have you heard about that?
I have not. I tend to ignore the news on my days off because
Okay, fair
I
point.
don't
All right, but yeah, there was we'll talk about it later then. I guess I'll message it in like Discord.
All right, I am going to cut to this screen right here, my off-camera screen. I'm going to smoke my last bowl until I go to work and get more weed. I never run out of weed. But that is something that it is in the game plan to quit as well. I quit the drinking. I need to quit the smoking, all the smoking, not just the cigarettes. So that is now in my plan moving forward, but it ain't today. About to hit this bowl. We'll check it out. We'll let it play for a little bit, and I'll be right back.
If I remember.
All right, so I guess Jesus is Lord wants to talk to us. So go ahead, Joe.
No, I just came on just to see what you guys were doing. I saw you were watching some whales or walruses. Or a walrus, it looks like
we were watching Brett Keane be in his natural habitat.
This must be penance for something.
Brett Keane. I haven't heard from Brett Keane in so long. I don't know if he's still making videos or what.
I don't know.
I don't think I'm subscribed to him. I think I am.
He
but
doesn't have a channel.
Oh, what happened?
He deleted his channel.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He lost all of his friends.
He lost all of his friends. What do you mean, high school?
I wasn't
Yeah,
aware
pretty
that he had any friends.
Well, J-Dubs
High
and Will
school?
Kincaid and all them.
Hey, so Jill, we brought this up earlier. So do you still deny the fact that Dragnauct convinced you that Final Fantasy was real?
Final Fantasy X is the best Final Fantasy of all Final Fantasies.
So the answer is yes, you still deny it.
Play 7.
I actually agree with Jesus is Lord on something. Holy shit. I actually agree that 10 is the best.
Because they were
All right, and I'm going to say it here in a minute, but I am biased. I understand that if you're a hardcore Final Fantasy fan, 7 is the shit. I've played 7, and I like 7. I think it's great. But the first Final Fantasy game I ever played was Final Fantasy X. It was the first game I had on my PS2. And it was just like an earth-shattering game for me. Like, it changed video games for me. So while I admit that 7 is probably the better of the two games, if you don't look at the graphics, but you're looking at the story and the gameplay and the interaction, I'm biased. And Final Fantasy X is the shiznit.
fighting Sin. Sin was the enemy.
Oh, you like it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Sin was the enemy, and we defeated Sin. But who really defeated Sin on the cross was Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I fully admit that I like 10 the best because it was like the first one I really fell in love with, and then I went back and played the ones before, so I'm probably biased when it comes to Final Fantasy.
Yeah, so I knew about all of those.
All right, and let me make sure I'm not muted. All right, so it's not bullying P. Mars. P. Mars is on a 2-month ban from this channel, and he just makes it worse and worse every time. John made that decision. He's a co-host, and I fully support my co-host and the decisions that John Peterson makes. So, I mean, P. Mars will be able to come back if he can just stop being a fucking troll all the time. But it was like I think we said like a 2-month ban, and then I'd let him come back. So it's not picking on him. It's just we're banning all of his sock accounts for that 2 months until he's allowed back.
Doctors that Drag was naming, but in the context of the conversation we were having, I thought he was referring to doctors that participated in this Geneva.
They weren't doctors,
project.
numbnuts.
Yeah, they were doctors. Psychologists are doctors, if you didn't know.
No.
All right, so and real quick, so you know what's going on. Now, Jesus is Lord and Dragnauct Silvas had a conversation. I'm not sure what the whole conversation entailed, but they had a conversation, and in that conversation, Dragnauct Silvas like created shit to see if Jill was creating shit or making shit up. And as Dragnaught was creating shit, Jill was agreeing with the shit that Dragnaught was creating. They're going to explain it more. This will be an issue off and on throughout this whole interaction, leading to the own quit that's going to happen. So just so you guys understand what they're talking about right now.
Oh my God.
So, Drag,
See, I don't have to say anything. You just let Jesus the Lord
Yeah,
speak
yeah.
long
So I
enough.
thought he was
all
referring
you
to
need
the
to know.
psychologists that participated in another Geneva or Genova project.
even though
Yeah.
Genova is not really a thing.
No, I'm not sure how else to explain this. The names of the
But
doctors.
Slim Jim, the reason why I came in, I did want to.
Joe.
I did want to
They were
talk to.
fictitious.
Why
Yeah,
don't
I
you
know,
let Drag talk?
they were fictitious. Yes, they were fictitious. Yeah, but I
Okay.
thought you were referring to some doctors that I never heard of that were part of the same project
I
that you were talking
specifically
about.
had asked you if you had heard of them.
And I
That was
said, I
the
don't know.
premise of the question, Joe.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
sure what's confusing about that.
yeah. And I
Okay,
said perhaps.
so
I said,
No lie. Dragnaught,
Never heard of.
I probably would have gotten me. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
Okay. Well, the reason why I came in because I need to ask Slim Jim a question that he sort of dodged earlier today on one of you other guys' show. Slim Jim, are you there?
He's here.
All right, he's not going to respond to me. I understand.
Quick clarification. When I said that P. Mars was banned from the channel for 2 months, he's banned from the side chat. He takes full advantage of open rooms and my like honor code and shit. So, he does still come on the channel.
He's consoling his pope right now.
Or maybe,
He's-
he's taking care of kids, something that you wouldn't
He's-
actually know about.
He's taking care of
Oh,
kids.
that's kind of fucked up to say.
Maybe a little.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I take care of kids too.
You do, huh?
Yeah. So when Slim Jim comes back, I'll ask him his question when he comes back. I don't see the need for the personal attacks, but I love kids. But I try to keep my personal life private as much as possible. You guys wouldn't even know I had a wife if you didn't hear the dishes banging in the background.
Jill got to be that
I
misogynist
crack myself
dickhead.
up. I crack myself up. I know.
Wow. And there's no doubt about Jill's misogyny. I mean, I'm sure all of you know Jesus is Lord. And if you don't, I'm sorry, I'm the one that is introducing you to him. But Jesus is Lord is a guy that I literally couldn't allow into my open rooms anymore because he refuses to conversate with woman interlocutors. He will not speak to them. And so I can't let him in. I mean, it's just rude. I'm not going to have somebody that's not going to be a part of the conversation who's only going to talk to men. So, I mean, that's real misogyny right there. I'm not even going to talk to a woman. And then you just heard the whole dish comment. I mean, that is Jesus is Lord. He is a Christian nationalist that dog whistles to white supremacist with his every breath, despite claiming to be a black man. Now, I've put out my trepidations about that. And at some point here, Drag is going to put out his doubts about Jill's claim of being a black man.
But yeah.
I'm
Lots of
sorry.
people in adult foster care call their
Oh,
caretakers
there
their
he is,
wives.
Slim Jim. There you are, Slim Jim.
Oh shit!
My Jesuit enemy, the enemies of Christ, the Jesuit Pope-loving.
I mean, I'm not a Jesuit, but okay.
Sergeant Slim Jim.
It's interesting that Jill just said that we could do this without insults and
All right.
name calling, and then he proceeds to just do that the second.
Jesuit is not an insult, genius. All right, so Slim Jim, I got a question for you. You mentioned that Moses commanded the children of Israel to bow down to a snake? I asked you for a scripture reference, chapter and verse, and you proceeded to dodge and claim that I was trying to proceed I guess, I don't know, so you made some homoerotic references because I was harassing you, therefore I was interested in you sexually. I just asked a simple question. Give me a chapter and verse for the passage of scripture which Moses commands the children of Israel that they are to bow down and worship a bronze snake. Do you have that chapter and verse?
Well, for starters, you can't even get that right. So, I mean,
wait, hang on. Were you suggesting that Jill was sexually harassing you, Slim?
Yeah. I asked him a question about the Bible. He couldn't answer it, so therefore he went to the homoerotic. You know how he does.
He was.
All right, Jill. Let's get back up here. So Jesus is Lord is quite the idiot. So Jill doesn't want to talk to Drag right now because, Drag made him look like the idiot that he is, the dishonest interlocutor that he is. But Jill really wants to talk to Sergeant Slim Jim and thought that he could do that without talking or addressing Drag. This is Jesus is Lord. This is, he claims to be a teacher. This is the stupidity that are teaching our children, if that's true. Not everybody. I know some great teachers, but I mean, Jesus is Lord, if he is a real teacher, should not be a fucking teacher. He shouldn't be. I'm going to put that out there. Jill, I don't even think you're a teacher, but if you are, you shouldn't be.
He's all excited about me running away.
Yeah, he did the same thing with the K-bar. Oh, I said he's running away. He turns it into a homoerotic. But let's deal with the question at hand.
And we do that because we know it triggers you. It fucks with you. And there's nothing wrong with being gay. You do that to kind of try to help normalize being gay, but mainly because it triggers you. It triggers Matt Powell. That's why we call him Cupcake, and we add some sprinkles on top. You guys remember sprinkles, right? We do it because you're the homophobes. And we know it's going to just irk you. And it's really petty, and we probably shouldn't do it. I mean, it's kind of childish. I ain't going to lie. But that's why we do it, because we know we're going to get that reaction. And then it doesn't always even have to be an erotic comment. And me and John has pointed that out several times with Smokey Saint. Like it's not even a comment referring to that, and just Smokey Saint takes it that way. So it's a little bit of both. Jesus is Lord.
We're in the scriptures. See, the reason why Slim Jim made this lie up, because his false church bows down and worships false or graven idols or images, which is a violation of scripture. So in order to try to justify that, he lies on the scriptures in the Old Testament, where Moses and the children of Israel.
Yes, I do have two different cups of coffee.
And he says Moses,
today.
Moses commanded them to bow. So therefore, we can bow down to graven images today. So, Mr. Slim Jim, what is this chapter and the verse, please?
Well, for starters, I don't lie on scriptures. I keep it on the shelf in the other room, you illiterate fuck.
Chapter and verse, please.
And that's exactly why I love Sergeant Slim Jim. Now, Sergeant Slim Jim's a Catholic. He's a Christian. He's a real Christian. He believes in that shit. He'll defend that shit. And I'm sure, if me and Sergeant Slim Jim get into some theological discussions, we're going to have plenty to disagree on in the future. But the thing would be, it's going to be an honest conversation, honest interlocutors. We're not going to get mad at each other. But that's what I respect about Sergeant Slim Jim. He is a no bullshit type of dude. Probably comes from his military experience, still an active member in the military. I love the way he talks about it, because it's like, hell yeah, I don't hear military people talk about their service the way that he does, and I love it. But that's what I like about him. He ain't going to take your bullshit. He's just going to call you an illiterate motherfucker because you're an illiterate motherfucker, Joe. I mean, and I am quite certain. I was a drinker. Now, sometimes late at night I get tired, I slur my words, and it kind of sounds like I might be drinking. Usually I'm tired and I popped a pain pill and I am somewhat drunk because, it's a pain pill. It's, I think they're sedative hypnotics, maybe opiates, but either or, they're going to make you, they're going to fuck you up a little bit. But this is early in the morning. This was like, it's a morning show. I think it's Jill's day off, although I'm going to call out like Jill, it's a school day. You're a teacher. Like, shouldn't you be teaching instead of, talking shit to atheists? But he's going to claim it's a day off. I think he's drunk. I'm just going to say it. I think he's, or not drunk, but on the way to being drunk. Tying on an early one. If you get my drift. He's tying it on early.
Chapter and verse, please.
Well, I mean, did you ever address the whole
Chapter
thing
and verse,
about
please.
lying to Dragnaught?
Rage, you're a biblical illiterate. I asked Slim Jim.
I'm a biblical illiterate.
And verse. You cannot help us in this instance, so you and Drag stay out of it.
Shouldn't
You're
you be
not on this side of the community. Every time you come over this side of the community and talk Bible, you get embarrassed. So let Slim Jim answer the question.
I haven't been embarrassed once. Every time I go over there on that side of the community, I bring that shit over here on this channel because I'm quite proud of those conversations and because I own all you motherfuckers every single time. Jesus is Lord. Can't talk the Bible with me, doesn't want to talk the Bible with me because he understands that I know the Bible better than he does. And he's going to give some fake-ass translations that don't mean shit to where I'm going to talk about the real verse and what it really says. That's why he doesn't want to talk to me about the Bible anymore, is because I fucking owned him in that debate, that he chose the topic. He wanted that debate. And even every Christian that saw it was like, Jesus is Lord, you got owned. You handed Knock a victory, which should be impossible considering that my brain is addled like a fucking pickle. Remember that, Smokey Saint? I got a brain addled like a pickle. I'm stupid. But that's just your justification because I outwit you every single time. Whether it be on the morality game or whether it be about the Bible, I fuck you guys up and you don't like it. And that's why that's what it is. That's what happens. Today I don't have to do much of shit. I mean, I know when I'm not as good as somebody. And I am not to the level of Dragnauct Silvas yet. I know that. I would love to get there. I'd have to read a lot. And have that whole science thing. So I'm never going to get there. Like, Drag knows his shit and he knows what he does. So I can just chill today. Kind of troll a little bit. I like it when I control a little bit.
You said I'm not even on your side of the community.
Shouldn't you be teaching a class right now?
Drag and Rage, shut up.
Knock, they don't need a sub today.
Stay on the other side of you.
Wait, hang on.
You're no match for us over here, sir. You're no match.
Please don't tell my guests and Togg's guests what to do. You're not running our show.
He can tell my guests what to do. I don't care.
Well, he can tell me what to do. I just don't listen. But Drag wasn't even talking. He's just an idiot.
Oh, wait. You guys see what you're saying. Telling them to shut up, taking control. Yeah, don't do that.
Naka, that's not nice.
So Quentin thought I was talking to Drag there, but I was clearly talking about Jill. No, Drag's not the idiot. Drag wasn't talking. Jill kept telling me and Drag to be quiet, so I was calling Jill an idiot because Drag wasn't even fucking talking. Just a little miscommunication there, Quentin.
See what you're saying.
I'm not very nice, dude.
Drag is a pretty smart feller.
Well, I wasn't talking shit about Drag.
No, I know. I was busting your nuts.
But I'm not nice. I've never pretended to be nice.
Maybe you should try to pretend to be nice.
Go ahead, back to your questions.
Don't talk about not being nice. You're gonna give Smokey wet dreams.
Well, I mean, he already gets those. But I mean, all right, proceed, Jill, with your I know you should be teaching, but we'll listen.
Hold up, Quentin. Was this a surprise? Was Jill the surprise?
No, this right now is even.
Well, I am surprised. So all right. Hey, Red Fang, surprises just keep coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming.
All right, let's get back to the conversation.
Neither does Jill when he watches me walk away.
Ah, gross.
Got him.
So, hey, Drag.
Yep, I'm here.
So, do you think that G-Man's kind of like starting to get like a little, he's like moving on from Shani and he thinks he's got a shot with your wife now? You think that's what's going on?
No, he's just saying that because he thinks that's a good method of attack.
Because like I was watching Black Guy TV's stream yesterday, and he said something like he was going to wreck you, and I said,
Otangelo is here. What's up, Otangelo? What's up, Otangelo? I'm not gonna reference your comment, but what's up, Otangelo? What's up?
the only thing that G-Man has ever wrecked in his life is his urinary tract.
Or as I lovingly like to call you, that Martian guy from the Looney Tunes. Lovingly.
That'd be an accurate
Lovingly.
statement.
Didn't he wreck a safe once?
Well, he had help.
But he didn't steal the
And yeah, I really don't like that comment. We're gonna remove that comment, Otangelo. Let's not dox nobody, please.
that $3,000, guys. That wasn't stolen.
Well, it's not stealing. If never mind. I don't even know the situation. I can't even comment. Fuck.
No, he says it's not stolen because he thinks that God materialized the safe and the money, and it didn't actually belong to anyone. And that's sort of his explanation as to why he didn't technically steal from someone. Which,
Hey, Quentin, would you say that?
Oh, I totally agree. Jesus blocked that dude. All he does is go around the atheist challenge trying to get people to listen to him, and he is just fucking dumb. I totally agree, but I don't block people for being dumb. They pretty much have to break my rules, which is a hard rule on slaying. Now, John is in the chat, and John is a little pickier than I am. But I do have like an honor code, so I do agree with you, Tent. I'm not going to try to pronounce the whole thing. I do agree with you, but it goes against my code. So until he breaks that rule, I generally let them speak.
At the G-Man's face? You gonna mute me again?
I would.
Did you say that to G-Man's face? Why did you?
I would.
Why did you mute me
Because
when I tried to ask you that
you were
question?
over talking.
It's a
I was
nautical
over-talking.
term. He commandeered.
You would say that to
Comedy.
G-Man's face? I can set it up for you. I can make that happen.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll
Okay.
say anything to anyone's
Ooh,
face.
that'd be
I
fun.
have the balls.
I can tell you right now, I've said that to G-Man's face. I've told him
No
that.
one cares about what you said to G-Man.
Like, why should anybody be afraid of G-Man?
No,
Jesus
just a
was Lord.
thousand scars
Hold
of
up.
hair. That's all.
Jill,
Tintai say. That's not too hard.
You
Jill,
don't care
I
about
was-
the Bible, so I don't need to.
Jill,
You don't need to.
Jill,
You don't need to
Jill.
conversate with me.
I will say it sounds like you're coming at like about a 10 right now. Keep yourself at like about a 3, bro. 'Cause it sounds like you're at a 10. I'm not
Yeah, why-
saying
why
I'm not.
do you
I'm,
even
I'm
hear if you
only,
don't
I'm
want me
only
to
saying
comment?
that. Yeah, I'm just saying that like
Oh, Tom,
because you sound a little irritated, and I understand why you could be. I'm just
Tom.
trying to make sure you keep because I'm just making sure you keep a level head so you don't
level
say
head. Level head.
Yeah.
So
Early
it's
morning
okay, so
spirits
it's
and the
okay
coffee.
to talk about people behind their back, and that's not a 10. But when I call it out, it's a 10.
I'm just saying the way
Man,
you're talking.
I'm not really
is-
talking.
And don't you just love like the Christians? Don't you just love the Christians? Because like I literally just sat here and was like, I'm not gonna block the dude. You know, I removed the doxing comment. I removed that comment. Don't dox nobody here. I mean, just don't do that. Especially if you're gonna talk shit about the Spatchcocks and Gavin when it was Gavin that doxed himself. Don't do that here. But I just literally said, speak your ridiculous bullshit. Don't drop no slurs. You're gonna be good, dog. So I mean, you gotta laugh at the Christians. You really gotta laugh at the Christians.
It's not your it's not your normal
time.
cadence, and I
You're
know your
Christian.
normal cadence. That's it.
You're a Christian, Todd. You need to be more consistent.
That
Jill
is
thinks I'm a
consistent. That's what I'm
10.
saying.
No,
I
it's
just
not.
want you
You-
to keep your
You
cadence.
just sat here and watched this man say something about another Christian, and then when I call it out and say, "Why don't you go to him and talk to him about it?" which is what the Bible prescribes, you call me out and say I'm at a 10.
No, it doesn't. You
Shut
don't
up,
even know what you're
liberal.
talking
You're
about.
not- you don't know what the
G-Man,
Bible says.
G-Man has me blocked, so it's not like I could
Jill,
go on
you're
his
not
channel.
even a Christian, so stop pretending
You
like you know
can't
anything
even
about the
tell
Bible.
you lied on the Bible. You just got caught lying on the Bible, sir.
I told you I
You need
don't
to go
lie on the
repent.
Bible. I put it on my shelf.
You need to go repent of that.
I think everyone needs to keep it down. Let
You need to
below
go
10.
confess to your Pope.
Well, I mean, Jill lies on the Bible all the time, he makes this case against Sergeant Slim Jim because Sergeant Slim Jim has his own interpretations of the Bible. But Jill literally lies on the Bible all the time. Jill claims that there wasn't slavery in ancient Israel. That it was, like having a job now. That's lying on the Bible. Jesus is Lord. That's straight up lying on the Bible, lying on history. and you're going to call out Sergeant Slim Jim for having a different interpretation than you. And he keeps telling you he doesn't lie on the Bible. He puts it on the shelf. He probably has a pillow for that.
I think keep it at like a 4.
Your Jesuit Pope.
Well, I don't know. Let's ask the rest of the room. Did I lie? Or do you think maybe it's possible that I have a different understanding of the passage in question?
Provide the chapter and verse that you have a different understanding of. Provide the chapter and verse that you have a different understanding of.
Wait, what did you supposedly lie about?
Yeah,
I don't even know.
I don't think I can comment. I'm Bible illiterate, so
biblically illiterate. Yeah,
whatever.
Provide the
like is Otangelo, you're still on the watchmaker thing? Dude, you are way behind.
Chapter and verse that there's a
Oh, that's actually a good point. Wait, put that back on screen, dog.
So
Wiley asks Jill the question. My question is, why is Jill okay with a Christian that used a sexual insult against an atheist last night, but he has a problem with Slim Jim making a joke about his knife?
What Christian made a sexual joke about a Christian? What is he referring to? Last night on my channel?
Wiley, can you give me a little bit of context, my guy?
Yeah, it wasn't on my channel.
It was with C.
So notice the patience of Dragnauct. Now Dragnauct, he's just letting this happen. But there's something going on between Jill and Dragnauct, right? And they got into it a little bit. So notice the patience. Drag can be patient as fuck. And it's not like he's itching at the bit, because Dragnauct probably gives literally 2 fucks about Jesus is Lord, the things that Jesus is Lord says. But he knows, I just got to wait. And sooner or later, I'm going to do what I do.
Foam last night.
Who?
Or Sea Wolf, whatever the hell his name is.
Who did that? Smokey?
I don't know, maybe. I don't know who he's talking about. I was there, I don't know who
I'm
he's talking
guessing
about.
Smokey talking about Jen Aldridge.
Oh, Tony. It was Anthony.
Smokey being hard-ass for Jesus.
If he
it was
uses,
Antonio, whatever his name is. I don't know that guy's name.
If he's using biblical, if he's biblical with his insults, then I'm fine with it. The Bible does insult people who behave in certain manners.
We are going to speed it up through this.
The only thing I found odd, like last night, was, or I would speak up against it, I didn't get a chance to, was that when everyone assumed that the relationship between him and the significant other was even remotely sexual, calling them whores, that's insinuating that they even have a sexual, or they even had that basis of sexuality, and that's just a lot of assumption, which just shows their sins and not necessarily theirs, because they could be assuming that they're having sex and not actually have sex. And that really is a big assumption. That's the only thing I would speak out about Christians making assumptions of people's sexuality and calling them whores like that, because they don't know their situation.
Well, I mean,
that's judging. That's not good judgment.
If having sex makes you a whore, I'm a whore.
I'm a big whore, yeah, and I'm married.
Yeah, no, if you're married,
I just find it hypocritical.
I've never
that,
been married.
You're calling me out for being a Christian, making fun of another Christian, but yet you slanderize Slim Jim all the time and call him not a Christian.
All right, so it's going really fast. I'm skipping through to the Dragnaught part, or not skipping, but we're watching it. But if you didn't catch it, Jesus said having sex out of marriage makes you a whore, and then I had to correct him. Well, I've never been married. I am a whore. I am a whore by the definition of Jesus' definition of the word. Some people's definition of the word is you have to make money from it, but the colloquial definition, the definition that people use in general, is hey, you sleep around, that makes you a horse. If you're a woman, if you're a dude, that makes you a dude. But by the definition, I'm a whore, and I've always admitted that I'm a whore. I've never been married. I like to have sex. I've had sex with numerous people. I'm a whore. But they never call me a whore. They never call me a whore. They never call me a whore. They'll call women who won't even talk about that or admit up to that a whore. But they're not going to call me a whore. I'm a dude. I'm supposed to be fucking. I'm supposed to be fucking. It's a double standard in this society. And Joe just pointed it out perfectly.
When he is. So, I mean,
well,
there's a double standard there, Joe.
He's a Catholic,
but that's based off of scripture. That's not based off of the way someone looks or, what someone's, you're claiming G-Man is going after someone else's wife or whatever their claim was. So when I deal with people or interact with people in the YouTube community, it's in the realm of scripture and doctrine.
G-Man literally was trying to go after Dragnauct's wife. What are you talking about?
So who cares?
Hold up.
All right, so here's where I'm going to start to slow it down, because here, we'll go back to normal. Here is where they're going to start talking about what G-Man's saying about Dragnauct's wife. Now, I don't know. I've heard a little bit. I watch Dragnaught when I'm cleaning my house. And now that I'm streaming at noon, it just doesn't happen as much as it used to. But if I'm cleaning and I'm not streaming, I usually, in drag streaming, I will throw him on. I won't be at my keyboard to interact in the side chat, but I'll be listening to Drag and what he's talking about. I love listening to that man. I love his argumentation. I love his approach. So I know a little bit. I've heard a little bit about what G-Man has been saying about Dragnauct's wife, but I haven't heard it all. And here's where I start learning a little bit more about what's been going on with G-Man.
Hold up, guys. I need a pause real quick. What is insinuated by going after the wife? Are you talking about sexually or just like
I'll let Dragnauct explain. Go ahead, Drag.
Or are you just picking on to get a rise out of Dragnauct? Yeah, Dragnauct, please.
I want to understand, Jill, in your opinion, what's biblical about the stuff that G-Man says about
I'll be
my
right
wife?
back.
I haven't heard anything that he said about your wife, so I can't comment on that.
Okay,
You've
but
never
I
heard
have.
Okay,
So,
so
all right.
so when someone tells you here, and you can go ask G-Man.
Let that be between those two men. We're not gossipers. If you want to
You
talk,
just
It's not
commented on
gossiping.
somebody
It's not
else
gossiping.
about G-Man.
Let Drag talk, Jill.
let those two men.
Hold on for a
Let
second.
those two
Jill,
men
you
handle
just
that.
commented about Quentin and his comments towards G-Man, and that's not gossip. But when it comes to something that you can't defend, now all of a sudden it's gossip.
When it comes to actually, I'm not defending anything that I don't know about.
I didn't say you were defending it at all.
Okay.
I said commenting on it. That's the word that I use. Pay
Commenting.
attention.
The only
So why
comment.
would you comment? Hold on for a second. Why would you be commenting on anything pertaining to an interpersonal relationship between two people if that's just gossip?
When did I comment on that?
You just scolded Quentin about your
I scolded
G-Man. You literally just did it. Do you
for
forget that quick?
gossiping. Yes, for
Okay,
gossiping.
so if that's between two people, then why are you commenting? Because that's gossip.
Because that's a violation of scripture. He claims to be a Christian.
Okay, so if
Yeah.
that is gossip,
So that's
and that's
doctrine.
not
Now that
something
falls
that
within the
that
lines
you
of doctrine.
participate in, well, all of a sudden did the standard change?
That falls within the line of violating doctrine or doctrinal teachings of scripture. That's
Okay.
fine.
So
That's
now,
my sphere.
Now it's doctrinal. So
Yeah.
Do you know the religious affiliation of my wife?
No.
Let me turn my microphone on. So this is awesome. Jill doesn't understand what Drag is putting down. That's to be expected. Most Christians don't. Smokey Saint still doesn't understand what Dragnauct did to Smokey Saint. Smokey Saint still thinks that Dragnauct called me stupid when he didn't. or that Dragnaught didn't agree with, or agreed with Smokey calling me stupid when Drag didn't say that. They don't really understand because Dragnauct Silvas is on a much higher level than all of these fuckers are. Jill just doesn't understand what's being put down at all. But I also wanted to, I find it funny, Otangelo, that you come in and we're talking about Jesus is Lord, and we're having fun, and you want to come in and have an evolution debate in the side chat, which is cool, dog. You know, I don't, hate on what goes on in my side chat. Come here, do you. People will argue with you, or they'll call you a fucking idiot. I will allow them to call you a fucking idiot. So I'm just saying, chat, you can call him a fucking idiot.
Okay, so then how did you change that standard if you don't know if he's a Christian or not?
What does that have to do? It's two men having an issue. Let the two men deal with the issue instead of you coming on your show, on your platform, and spreading more misinformation, more rumors.
How did you figure it was misinformation?
More conjecture.
How did you figure it was misinformation?
Because it's between two parties, so a third party would not have would be basically not have all the information.
How did you figure that it was misinformation?
And
you literally never heard it.
The person in question, the other party, is not here to defend himself.
Okay, cool. So how did you know it was misinformation if you've never heard it?
It's conjecture because the party that is involved is not here to defend himself.
Misinformation.
So you're talking about someone behind their back, and they're not there to defend themselves.
You know what the word misinformation means?
He doesn't have all the information. You and G-Man have all the information. Half of that information is not here. So we have your side of the story. G-Man's side of the story is not present, and we have Quentin talking
there's
about
the Lord's side of the story, which I'm trying to find out. And
all right, so Jill, if you're listening, if Quentin is talking shit about G-Man, right? That's between two people. So you are literally involving yourself on gossip when you comment on Quentin by your definition of gossip. And that's what Drag is putting down. You are literally doing what you're giving Quentin shit about by giving Quentin shit about it. And you don't even understand what Drag is telling you. This is why I can just sit back there, eat my popcorn when Drag is in the room.
And that's why I'm trying to ask Dragnauct what the context and with these questions.
I just have one question.
I'd really like that. Go ahead,
Sarge has
Sarge,
something to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Sarge.
According to everybody's favorite affirmative action teacher here, it's a bad thing to bring up controversy. It's gossip.
That's probably what I would do. I already forgot the pronunciation. Tensai, whatever. That's how quickly I forgot. Pothead here. But that's what I would do. Yeah, because I would be triggered and I wouldn't be paying attention. So if I was in a side chat and something like that happened, I'd probably just block them. You have to do that in like the TYT side chats with all the trolls, or you won't actually see good comments. Oh, I always do that shit. All right, let's continue.
If they're not around to defend themselves.
I'm so bad. I can't pronunciate most shit. You'll get so it's not new.
But I'm curious how many videos he's made about
a weird mix of Yankee and hillbilly Southerner
lying for
is your boy
for the Pope and all that stuff without me being around to defend myself.
Zero Holocaust deniers. Several, maybe 2 videos about your doctrine being from the pit of hell. Yeah, if it is doctrinal, if you are preaching, again, you're reaching over into the realm of doctrine, which the Bible says we ought to call you out. If you're preaching publicly false doctrine, we ought to preach.
So let's speed it back up until we get to some
about
good
that
shit.
False doctrine. That's what the scriptures teach. That's what.
I get it. So when G-Man is smoking everybody preaches false doctrine, you're going to correct them quietly behind the scenes. But then when I'm saying something that you don't agree with, it's cool to have videos about me without me being around to defend myself.
No. Publicly, I will correct them.
If I could give 2 cents towards. If I could give 2 cents.
They haven't preached false
doctrine. Go correct G-Man.
Like, this is really the only real way to listen to Jesus is Lord is at 1.5, super fast, because the dude talks so slow, and it's so stupid it will make you dumber. So you want to get through it as fast as possible.
It's faithful to God's fundraiser.
Has nothing to do with doctrine. Sir.
If I could say 2 cents real quick.
Fundraiser has nothing to do with doctrine.
No, it's a violation of scripture, but it's not false
Ladies,
doctrine.
I got weed and
Thou
popcorn.
shalt not steal is not doctrine.
You don't know what doctrine is. Nice. Doctrine is a teaching. When you violate that teaching, you're saying that it's okay to steal. Not that you have stolen in the past.
You ever been to a dog park and 2 dogs just go? Burp, burp, burp.
That would be a violation.
Yeah, is that what you think is going on right now?
A little bit, yeah.
Like you just did with Moses.
Anyway, what I'd like to say, regardless if G-Man is making accusations towards another man's wife, I find it suspicious because one, it doesn't seem like very Christian to do so. Because it seems like in a sense coveting someone else's wife, which is again a big no-no.
Yeah, are you gonna call out G-Man like you just called out?
I will call out G-Man if he is teaching like.
Well, you just refused to talk about it.
Shut up and let me answer.
You just refused to talk about it with Dragnauct.
Shut up, please. I'm answering your question.
You just refused to talk about it with Dragnauct.
Shut up, please. I will call out.
Ask me nicely.
I will call out G-Man only if he teaches a false doctrine that it's okay to covet. Just like Slim Jim's teaching a false doctrine that's okay.
So the answer is no. I'm not going to call out G-Man. I'm a coward. I only call out people I don't like. And that would be, Sergeant Slim Jim, because he calls out Smokey Saint, and he gets along with the atheists. And that would be, like Quentin Phipps, because he's a baby Christian and don't know what the fuck he's talking about. And that would be Tog, because Tog is a heretic. I'm probably mispronouncing that, too. I always mispronounce that word. I laugh at myself. They can't understand it, especially Smokey. Smokey does not understand why I make fun of myself. Because you have to laugh at yourself. Don't take everything so fucking seriously. But all right, so we're back to Dragnauct's wife. Let's go.
Okay to bow down to false idols. Not that he bowed down to a false idol and that he is repentant, he's sorry for it, and hey, this is not what the Bible teaches, I shouldn't be doing this. No, he's saying we should be doing this. If G-Man ever teaches that we should be coveting other people's wives, he will be rebuked by me and several others publicly.
So when you made those videos about me like lying for atheists about your stupid Geneva Project blunder, that was me teaching a false doctrine?
Yeah, that was you teaching that that was my response to you
I was teaching
promoting.
about,
that was my
it
response
was about
to you.
you.
Yes.
It was about you.
Yes.
That's what
I
made it a false
responded
doctrine.
to your 30-second.
criticized Jesus is Lord, and that's a false doctrine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that smells like
notice,
Gary Moore, all right.
And notice, when I made that video, I said this is the first time I've ever responded to this rumor that's been going around for 4 years. I've never responded to it yet until a so-called Christian decided he was going to spread the false rumor. Then I responded.
Hey, Dragnaught, are you still around?
All right. You just heard it. False rumor. So, Dragnaught lying. What happened on Dragnaught's stream, because I think it happened on a stream, might have happened on the Discord server off air, I'm not sure. But whatever happened on the server or on live on stream, that didn't happen. And I'm assuming it was live because Sergeant Slim Jim just said he covered it on his channel, so he was able to cover it on his channel. That didn't happen. That's important.
Then I responded.
Yeah, I saw you, man.
So, yeah,
Don't worry about it.
There's an exception to every rule.
Oh, no, I just want to shut Jill up for a second so I can prove that I was in the right.
No, the issue is that the stuff exists. Jill has seen it because Jill's been in the comments and I've seen him. But
Right.
the issue is that he is going to toe the party line. Like, and we all know that. Like, there's no there.
All right, so you heard that. Now, talking about Dragnaught's wife, Jill pretending like he ain't never heard that from G-Man. He never heard that. And, he's going to give a pretty weak excuse. It is an excuse because it could happen. But Jesus is Lord is in those side chats all the fucking time. Drag is calling him out for that. Jesus is Lord's excuse is basically, well, yeah, I'm there, but I'm not paying attention to what you're saying. What?
We can play coy, but that's what a bitch does.
Fair enough.
I mean,
Well, not only that, but like he's taking a page right out of Gary's script, didn't he? Just it's okay when I do it, but it's not okay when anyone else does it.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why there's little to no respect for Jill to me. Like, he's a fucking poser. Like, there's people on the internet and to know stuff, run their mouth and get exposed. And he's one of them.
Your interpretation of what happened is your interpretation. I need to see what happened in order to give my
you were in the comment. Like, people can see.
Comment section doesn't mean I heard everything that was going on in the conversation.
It's really weird when he's actively.
It is really weird. It is really weird. So it's a non sequitur to say that because I was in the comment section, I know exactly what was going on, all the details involved.
Live chat as it was going on.
Live chat, whatever. Sometimes I'm in the live chat.
That's fair to say, yeah, because sometimes I'm in a live chat, I'm not paying attention to the video going on at all.
Yeah, but it's not fair though, Tog. I mean, there from what I've understand of the situation, this has went on through several streams. G-Man has said this several times. Maybe you miss it the first time, right? Like, maybe you're too busy being that nationalist troll that you are, and you don't get it the first time. But I'm not buying what Jill is putting down here. Jill knows. Jill is just towing that party line just like fucking Dragnaught said he was. Dragnaught called him out. And Jill's going to do what Jill does when he gets backed into a corner. It's fucking beautiful. Let's continue.
Hang on. We'll just be
in the side chat.
We'll just cut the shit now. Drag, what channel is this video on of G-Man since he has like fucking 10?
I mean, but that's not the only time he's heard G-Man say. But the issue here at the core is that if G-Man's doing something crazy, he's not going to say anything. If G-Man is teaching other people to do the crazy stuff, that's when he'll speak up.
False, because I called G-Man out the other night on his own channel and got put backstage for it. Me and Becco.
Is it the attention whore video? Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's the video that I'm. But the video that Jill's talking about, Jill, that wasn't a doctrinal issue.
Yes, it was a doctrinal.
No, that had nothing. No, because that's what he was disagreeing with Beckel about. Because he was talking about legislating something. He wasn't talking about as a doctrine.
Spreading false witness.
That's
a doctrinal issue.
That's
all right. Well,
that fucking what's his name was mentioned.
I do call people out. Yeah, I do.
I have the video right here. So I'm gonna speed it up to 1.25 so we don't have to listen to G-Man talk slow.
I'm not sure if Jill was in this video. There was plenty of other videos. I think there was one in the past that he was in, where he was in the park. I don't know. I'd have to go look at it again. But
is this the one where he was just like, move out of the way, Drag, I'm going to talk to your wife?
All right, guys. Quentin,
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna have to get going. I gotta do dad stuff and watch the kids for my half of the schooling time.
All right. Oh, I'll hold down the fort. Thank you for coming.
All right. So they're gonna try a couple times to watch. I think we might watch a little bit. We're not gonna watch too much. The point of it isn't that G-Man did or did not say something about Drag's wife. He did. Jill knows he did, and Jill is lying. And that's the whole point of it. And Jill has been exposed as a liar several times. Like, he still claims that he didn't go on Modern Day Debate and admit to being a Nazi. Now, he admitted to being a Nazi on Modern Day Debate. Now, whether it was a slip of the tongue, whether it was being sarcastic, that's a different matter. But he literally said, yes, I'm a Nazi. Probably a slip of the tongue. But he literally did that, and he still denies it. And I give him a hard time about it. But the point of this is that Jill's a liar, and that Dragnauct had proven that Jill's a liar in a stream. That's the whole point, and they're going to get to it. And then Jill's going to get into some butt play for some reason.
Love you, man.
Thank you guys for coming on the morning show. I really appreciate all of you. God bless you all. Take care.
Love you, Tug.
Love you, Tug.
Love you guys. Take care.
Quentin, you might need to speed it up a little faster because Gary's speech patterns have more gaps than an Instagram thought.
Ah, nice.
We'll play it all day long. It's not going to matter at all.
Right. No, I'm just doing this because, like, he called me out for making fun of G-Man, but yet, I
don't care. Jill is drunk, Quentin.
Probably. Woo.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a little early too.
Tog's leaving, so I'll put him backstage. EMC, you'll be on. I know that Mr. Lizard and Clockwork haven't been on yet, so I will bring on Mr. Lizard first. What up, Mr. Lizard, Wiley boy?
Hey, hello there.
General Kenobi. All right, so let's go ahead and do this thing.
All right, they're going to get to it. We're going to get back to it. I'm going to speed it up again until we get there. I don't want to be streaming right up until work. So I don't think that there's too much longer because it should get into them talking about what happened on Drag Stream again. And then I step away and I come back and Jill is talking about butt stuff. We'll put it that way. And then the own quit's gonna happen. So it shouldn't be too much longer. I do want to watch it all, but I don't want to stream right up until work.
Let me know if you guys can hear it. I got a screen share and shit. There we go.
You just do the transcript thing when he mentions this is a drag.
This ain't gonna be a long video.
Can y'all hear it?
Like I said, I don't know if Jill was in this video, but I think it was one in the past. But if Jill wants to hear the shit that this dude's saying about my wife, then,
Do you know what timestamp it might be? Because I don't really want to watch this whole
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. We don't have to go through all that because it's a worthless effort anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, we have the audio of him agreeing to the fucking fictional characters, and he still denies that ever happened. So it's again, just a wasted effort and someone who's just wholly dishonest.
That's fictional characters who might have been real characters.
No, they weren't because
might have, sir, might have.
Fictional characters that might have been real characters. So I haven't seen the conversation. This is just what I get. Jesus is Lord is talking about this Geneva or Genova conspiracy theory that he's got, something like that. And as he's making shit up, Drag starts making shit up. Starts making up names of doctors and Jill agrees. And Drag, being Dragnauct, reiterated it to make sure that Jill understood and have no way out. Just so you understand that. Just so you understand what Jesus is Lord is saying right here, because he's saying they could have been real even though they were fictional. And I wasn't lying because they could have been real even though they were fictional.
Speak the English language.
No, they're not. There is no might.
They're not. You're right, but they might. I thought they might have been.
No,
My fault. Let's
here's
go on to the
fun
video.
part. Jill, here's the fun part.
What
question did I ask you?
Your nothing burger is nothing. We don't
Jill,
care.
Your
It's
nothing
a
burger.
fun part.
Jill, nothing burger.
Jill, what was the
I'll be right
question
back.
that I asked you pertaining to those researchers? You remember?
He walked away for a second.
And he thinks I run.
Because he knows exactly what I'm going to ask him, and I have the timestamp.
All right.
So, Jill,
So we're gonna play the video?
that I had asked you. Go ahead and speak. Let me know when you're done.
I thought we were playing the video. We don't want to hear about your nothing burger. Who cares?
So,
Even if you asked me questions about the people involved, I thought you were referring to a body of professional psychologists, one of hundreds, perhaps not hundreds, but maybe close to 100, who participated in this project. So if you start rambling off names, I'm going to say, okay, perhaps they were involved in it. I don't know for sure, but perhaps, yes, okay.
Or maybe you say I don't know for sure.
That's like me saying, well, that's like in a conversation about the National Association of Advancement for Colored People. You start naming names that are in the NAACP, and I say, yeah, sure, yeah, I understand what's going on with that organization. It doesn't necessarily mean that I can confirm every single name that you name is a part of that group.
So if I specifically
Jill, I got a
ask
question for you.
Jill, if you have heard of that, the answer is either yes or no based on your interaction.
Yeah, and in the video, it wasn't clear on whether or not I was actually saying 100% yes.
So I wasn't clear. So at no point in time did I reiterate the question.
No, I wasn't
to make sure
clear.
That you, hold on.
I wasn't clear.
Hold on.
I wasn't clear whether or not those people were. I could confirm those people were actually involved.
Now Jill is saying, go look at the tape, yo. Go look at the tape, because even though I said yes, it's not clear that I said yes. Go look at the tape. Go look at the tape. Most people ain't going to go look at the tape, so I'm telling you to go look at the tape because I know I lied. I know I was making shit up. I know I got caught making shit up. And I'm not here to talk to Dragnauct. I'm here to confront Sergeant Slim Jim. So go check the tape. That's what you're getting right now.
In the project, but I was agreeing to the overall scope of the conversation that yes, this project existed and it had to deal with what we were talking about.
That was the Geneva Project, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
And you said there were psychologists in the Geneva Project, right?
Yes. I thought he
What
was
year did this
referring
happen?
to some of those psychologists. I only knew like 2 names. So I only.
All right. So now Sergeant Slim Jim is trying to confirm. We're talking about the Geneva Project, right? Yes. Yes, we are. All right. And you're saying that there were psychologists involved in the Geneva Project, right? Yes. I only knew two of them. So I'm just reiterating what Jill is putting down here.
I only knew two of them that were involved. So
What year
and
did
I
the
already
Geneva
named the
Project
people
happen?
that I knew, that I would remember, that I was familiar with. So he started naming some other names. I said, okay, whatever. I'm not trying to go look them up to see if they were actually involved. I just took his word for it that he was
Project
familiar.
happened, dude.
I have to look it up.
You
I'll
can
get
give me a century.
Dr.
Or a
Klimicki was
decade.
one of the names that Jill mentioned.
Dr. Klimicki was not part of the project. He referenced it in his works.
That was one of the people.
Are you talking about the Geneva sodomy trials?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Are you talking about the Geneva sodomy trials? Yes. Yes. Like Jill, like don't. All right. Dragnaught already did it to you once, and now you're in here backtracking, doing all that shit. You think you learned your lesson, right? You think you learned your lesson. But he clearly just said yes. That's what he's talking about.
Geneva sodomy trials. Yeah.
That's not really a project, but okay. We'll
yeah.
apply that word really loosely.
No, because when I'm in a conversation with someone, I give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't harp on every or syntax or every T not being crossed or every I not being dotted. That's what atheists do in order to win arguments, to look better than their opponent. So when he made those mistakes,
so I'm not interested in truth. I'm not interested in having truth. That's what atheists do. They're interested in having truth, and that's how they win debates. Yeah, Jill, that's usually how you win debates, is you have the facts and you have the truth, and you present those facts and that truth better than your opponent.
When he made those mistakes, I didn't jump on him and say, aha, you don't know what you're talking about, you idiot.
I prefaced my statements, and then I asked you twice, just to be sure.
Yes, you asked me twice.
Double
Yes.
down on it. So twice,
you asked me twice.
You affirmed a fictional character and that you were familiar with it, because that's
I'm not familiar with every single doctor that was a part of the project, sir.
So if I go back to the timestamp and I play it, and I ask you specifically, are you familiar with it? And you're saying no now.
I'm familiar. I said I was answering to the overall familiarity with the project itself, not your individual doctors.
If you were unsure,
not your individual doctors.
So I know you need to talk over me because you're upset now. That's fine.
Okay, I'll let you finish, and then I'll respond, and then we'll move on.
I exposed your dishonesty, and it happens. I get it, right? People don't like being exposed. But when I play the timestamp at any point in time, and you affirm it on 2 separate occasions, and then when you mishear, we'll say that, the name of the project, and I correct you again, your excuses about you not understanding and it being general go out of the window, because I repeat everything that I ask you several times.
Yeah, and if you repeat, if you have a conversation, are you done? If you have a conversation with someone about the NAACP and you start naming off names about that are fictitious, and in the midst of the conversation, someone says, yes, I agree with that. Perhaps they were involved. Who knows? There are several 100,000 people involved with the NAACP. So, of course, you can start naming off names. I never confirmed that I was familiar with it.
All right, so just backtrack. I didn't say that. I didn't do that. This isn't real. Go check the tape. Backtrack.
Any one particular name.
Yes, you did.
But I confirmed the fact that this project was a real thing, and it actually did happen. And I was agreeing to the overall scope of the actual Geneva project. I already told you the people who I was familiar with. There was only 2 people that I was familiar with. One was not even in the project himself. He was just referencing the project. The project happened over 200 years ago. So no, I'm not familiar with any one particular psychologist that was a part of the Geneva project. All
right. So no, I am not particularly familiar with any psychologist on the Geneva project. Again, Sergeant Slim Jim has already pointed out this wasn't really a project. Sergeant Slim Jim's looking at it right now. Not really a project, Joe. But we'll let you call it that. Maybe a loose definition of what you're talking about. Maybe.
Only familiar with the more modern psychologists, rectal specialists in this case.
Yeah, I do. I need it. Well, I need to figure out how to turn up the points. Give y'all more points
that refer to it. Thank you. Let's move on.
It's kind of interesting because I'm looking up the Geneva sodomy trials, and there were some that occurred in the 16th century and some that occurred in the 18th century.
Right.
And if I'm not mistaken, psychology wasn't actually a field or a discipline until the 19th century.
They didn't call it psychology.
Boom! They didn't even have fucking psychologists during this Geneva project. Oh, they didn't call it psychology back then. Chill, you should know what you're talking about, dude. You make it too easy on people. You really make it too easy on people. This is why you're a lol cow. This right here.
Called it something else, but it was what later became psychology or modern psychology.
Is this one of those like not dotting all your T's or dotting all your I's?
Yeah, we would not consider.
Was I a little loud there? I sometimes get up really close to this thing.
Shock treatment. We would not consider shock treatment today an actual treatment, but they did. Now, if you don't want to call them if you don't want to call them psychologists, that's fine. I'm not going to fight that battle with you. But they were considered the experts back then. Okay, we can call them experts in that.
Isn't psychology?
They were the experts. Psychologist, expert, tomato. Like, Jill, this is what makes you a lol cow, dude. So we have Smokey Saint and his insults and that nasally way he talks and that hyena laugh. But you just make shit up. And then we catch you on it. And it's so funny because you're a nationalist douchebag.
Technology to study of the mind.
Exactly. And they were considered the ones who were, even before the word was coined, so you want to play that semantics game. Yeah, come on, let's move on. We don't really have time for that. Let's move on.
Yeah,
So
we triggered him.
Who was studying the mind?
Let's move on. It's a nothing burger. Let's move on.
Nothing
It was a
burger.
nothing burger 4 years ago. It's a nothing burger now.
Like that's like what he has learned that from Trump. That's the one thing he has learned from Trump. Just call it a nothing burger, and that makes it a nothing burger.
Now, so I want to harp on this because throughout the conversation too, you made some really funny gaffes, especially about human anatomy, especially after telling me that you were educated and you taught people human anatomy, and then I asked you what an erogenous zone is in reference to these sodomy claims.
Oh, by the way, that information you gave me has since been debunked, as I figured it would.
Really?
When I made
So
I'll send you the articles. I'll send you the studies and the
Cool.
That has been debunked.
So specifically, what did I say and what was debunked? Just real quick.
I don't really feel the need to discuss this on.
I debunked you, but I don't feel the need to tell you how I debunked you. Probably, most likely, because I'm too drunk right now to remember how I debunked you, Dragnaught. Why can't you understand my drunk speak, Dragnaught? I'm gonna start using that G-man term for Dragnaught. Dragnut. Why can't you understand my drunk speak, Dragnut?
Someone else's channel because I did a video.
Oh no!
on
By
this.
all means, please do.
To discuss everything else.
By all means,
I
please
did
do.
it to Quentin. I'm warning you. I did a video on this and I was flagged. So I'll
Okay,
say
but
that.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
Well,
I'm giving you permission.
Let him tell you because I'm not.
I'm giving you permission.
I'm not going to be the one to get you flagged.
I am giving you permission to go ahead and do it.
Okay, so
Do it. Do it. Like show us this great debunking of Lord Dragnaught. Do it.
idea is the notion is from the left, which they still push today, which has been debunked, and I'll send you the articles on it, is that this is okay. This behavior is okay because there are erogenous zones in that area or G spots. Okay, that has since been debunked.
That's not
the case. Yes, that's not the case. And even if that were the case, which was my argument then, we would still say it's wrong because it is still a dangerous, according to the CDC, a dangerous behavior. So if there was an erogenous zone, let's say in your ear, medical professionals would say you still would not, it would still.
All right. He just said it. Erogenous zone. That means the butt play is coming. So be ready. Be ready for that. Because, I mean, like, Quentin was literally, like, DMing me on Twitter, like, what the fuck? Fuck that, what? This is crazy. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
It would not be wise to stick a pencil in there to get to it because you would be damaging other
But
parts.
are you saying that?
Oh, thank you for the sub. And my alert still isn't working. Fucking OBS. Fucking OBS. I need to take it down, put it back up so it'll work again. Thank you for the sub.
Slipping a finger in your ass is dangerous?
That's well, if it's for a prostate exam, if it's a medical professional and there's no thrusting going on, then fine. But according to proctologists, that type of behavior where there is a sexual intercourse where the man is pretending as though it's a vagina and it's not, that is very dangerous. In fact, the CDC has actually listed it as the most dangerous sexual act you can possibly perform on someone else. So I would stay away from it. I made a video on it.
Oh yeah, people. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Don't have that butt sex. It's the most dangerous sex you could have. No, I don't know. I think maybe 80-year-old sex might be the most dangerous sex you could have because that heart gets to working and shit. I don't know. I don't know the truth of these claims. But don't have that butt sex, people. I would stay away from it, people.
with this medical science.
Oh
with
shit!
The
It laughs today, y'all. Laughs.
And my channel got blocked. The video got blocked for telling the truth about this behavior. So, if you
my video got blocked because I told the truth about this behavior. I'm not. I'm going to take a fair guess, and that's not why your video got blocked, because you told the truth. I'm going to take a fair guess. Just to, I don't know, but I'm a guess.
Want to hang your hat on an erogenous zone? Go ahead. We would still say that you're not to practice it because it is a very dangerous behavior, even if there are erogenous zones down there. Who knows why they're down here?
Could be many reasons why. Yeah, natural law theory.
Don't put it in the erogenous zone, people. Jill's preaching.
So let's move on. It's just another nothing burger.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't in the erogenous.
Don't put nothing burgers in your erogenous zone.
Yeah.
It's a nothing burger. Let's just move on.
I'm so putting what you just said on my channel.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of tweeted it. Shoving fingers in ass is dangerous, according to Jesus is Lord.
That's not what I said, genius.
We need to subtitle this. Jill tries to find the C.
Jill tries to find the C. That's what I should have named this stream right there.
My question is rubbing the taint wrong?
Is rubbing the taint wrong, Joe?
Stroking it, maybe.
I mean, that's a fair question. Like, is rubbing the taint dangerous because it might slip into that booty hole? I'm just asking. I'm asking for several friends here.
Especially right around the ego zone.
I had to put the video on BitChute. I'm going to upload it on BitChute if you guys want to be educated on the subject.
I would rather sit through an insurance seminar than listen to you lecture anybody on
sexuality. I can teach you about insurance, too. I'm a licensed sales agent
Jill,
in health and life.
What's your main problem with me? Like,
I don't have a problem with you.
I think you do.
I got a 6-inch taint. Oh, what have we started here on the rage?
Why do you say that?
Well, because you were being all mad at me a little while ago, but I'm
the
calling
things
out
Icky Saint does
or shit, and yet you got mad at me for it.
let me talk right. The things that Smokey Saint does for our community, we should be appreciative of the Icky Taint. We should, because now taint is a thing, and it's Smokey's fault. So we should be thankful because it's a beautiful thing. This taint thing.
You're right. I need to go look it up and see what actually happened before I open my mouth. You're exactly right. You're 100% right on that, Quentin. Because I'm not privy to the information. So,
I mean, but
I tend to say leave children and wives out of it. That's why you guys don't know anything about my family.
Wait, but weren't you on the stream with Nakasuchi when they were going at his daughter?
Yeah, you bring my kid into the shit all the time. Joe.
No, I never mentioned your daughter.
Like, Jill has literally mentioned my daughter almost every single time I talk to him. Almost every single time I talk to him, he brings it up. The last time it was in reference to I'm raising the future, and they should be calling me out because I'm raising the future here. As if, I shouldn't be allowed to have children. I'm one of those atheists. Oh, my God. Better not let them have no kids.
Never cared to mention your daughter. Don't know what you're referring to. And there's a fake Jesus is Lord going around here who looks exactly like my Jesus is Lord.
And that's why I have to keep, turning on this screen right here, even though I'm done smoking, is because my kid's walking around, and when I had the green screen up, she gets really interested and wants to be on camera.
Emblem. So you got to be careful when you say that I'm on Drag's channel. When
your
yes,
voice
he is. He's definitely a self-hating. He is definitely a self-hating African American. But we have questions because he never shows himself. He claims to be a black man, but then he dog whistles to white supremacists every chance he gets. I have my suspicions, and you're going to see Drag has his as well.
A lot.
What's up, Nathan Artwork?
I don't think you was in the stream I recently covered, but you was in parts of it, so I'm not sure. But I don't know. It just seems to be like that's just what Christians do.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean,
Well, we're talking.
Well, not
about
all of us, bro. Not all of us.
Not all of us. Yeah, not all of us.
Oh,
So,
Jesus,
yeah, so
Jesus is Lord.
praise has like.
Well, I want to get back to this, like, this alternate Jesus is Lord. What I think is true, Jesus, is that you get drunk, and so there's two different Jesus is Lords. There's the drunk Jesus is Lord, and there's the other one.
No, the fake Jesus.
Oh, now my notifications are gonna work. Thank you for the subscription, Scott Duke. I think that said. Now they work. OBS is such a bitch.
Jesus is Lord. His Jesus is Lord is in lowercase. That's how you can tell the fake one. And he frequents Drag's channel. And then I get people coming to me saying, "Hey, were you on Drag's channel?" I'm like, "No, I'll never go to Drag's channel."
No, I'm guessing these are the Christians who claim to never watch my channel have come to you.
Wait,
I don't know who they are.
All right. So if Jesus was talking about himself, maybe I missed it, and Jesus was talking about other Christians that say they never go to Drag's channel. But if Jesus is saying he never goes to Dragnauct's channel, I mean, that's just a blatant lie, because we see him in the side chat all the fucking time.
No, they're atheists.
Atheists
is
are like
something.
Said people come to you asking why you're on my channel. I'm presuming those people are Christian.
No, they're atheists saying, "Hey, you were on Drag's channel earlier, weren't you?" Probably because they, the fake Jesus is Lord is probably saying something really.
Yeah, he's literally all right. So he's literally saying he never goes to Drag's channel now, even though earlier he admitted to going and seeing the shit that G-Man said and just not paying attention. But now he's saying there's a fake Jill out there. There's a fake one, the drunk one, and it's only fake because Jill doesn't remember because he's so blackout drunk. I'm not hating, dog. That used to be me 10 months ago. That was me. I'm not hating. I'm just saying. There's a fake Jill out there. He's the Jill that goes into Dragnauct Silvas' side chat. Not me, because everybody knows I don't troll ever. Not Jill don't ever troll. Get the fuck out of here, Jill.
I was gonna ask.
Gaslighting asshole. Exactly right. Exactly right.
You are an atheist.
Well, it's funny. I'm looking at the transcript right now of our conversation. Jesus Lord actually agreed to two street drugs as being the names of repositories for the peer-reviewed research where he found all this stuff on anal sex and disease.
What?
Yeah.
So the street drug called Crocodile and Jenkum?
No, he didn't. No.
Dragnauct Silvas is one of the best. I'm just gonna put it. He's like a fucking hero of mine. This man is, and I feel, I don't know, like at an advantage just by knowing him. And by being able to reach out to him and, hey, Dragnauct, will you help me with this? And I have an advantage in life just because of that. Because this man is fucking brilliant.
Looking at the transcripts now.
Transcripts? You have transcripts?
Yeah.
Wait, Jill, do you even know what crocodile is?
Where's my coffee?
No, he doesn't.
You have transcript? I'm sure he's making this up, but we can move on.
Well, here.
Hang on. Hey, Drag, I have a question for you, Drag.
I'm sure he's making this up, but Dragnauct is literally telling you, I have the transcripts right here. Jill, learn something. Don't put your foot in your mouth. Just don't comment. Just stay quiet. And you wouldn't make it worse on yourself all the time, my dude. But you're like a Trumper, which means you're an idiot.
Look at the screen share thing. I'm screen sharing something. I'm showing the.
Oh, you are. I see.
Yeah. Let's see that
right here.
And if you're a Trump supporter, don't get mad. There's exceptions to every rule. I'm just saying the vast majority of Trump supporters are idiots.
So you see this on here on the side here?
Kind of. Yeah. There we go.
Right. So you see this word here?
Yep.
What is that word?
Go ahead and share it.
Jenkum.
Yeah, that's Jenkum.
Oh, okay. So when Jenkum, what about what's the other one? And like Finn, Crocodile.
Yeah, exactly. No, I said no. All right, let's take your nothing burger off the screen. Let's move on.
All right. So Drag brings up those two names, and Jill So I decided I don't remember the names. All right, different from now, Jill is saying that it never happened, that those two names never came up, and that's what Dragnauct is proving. And of course, he's going to go, well, but I said that I don't remember. No, not we're talking about right now, Jill. You just said that it never happened. Drag said he had the transcripts of him using those two words. You said, no, you made it up. He just proved that he didn't, that he said those two words. Jill, you make it so easy, my dude. You make it just way too easy. I mean, drag is way above you. Way above your pay grade, my dog. Stay away. Stay away.
Hey, so
Yeah.
Drag,
So,
can I ask you a
Drag,
question?
Man, why you come on here lying, man? Why you come on here lying? I'm clearly saying I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm asking if you check the repositories named Gencom.
And I said,
those don't exist. I'm not familiar with those repositories. That's because they don't exist.
Right.
Yeah, and Jill, now we're talking about you just denying that they were ever brought up. That's what we're talking about right now.
Right. The problem. So if someone
wait a minute. Why didn't you just lie, Drag? You just said that I agreed to it. I said yes. I clearly said no. I clearly said I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
so you're a liar, sir.
Clockwork coming in and putting the law down. Shut the fuck up, Joe. Shut the fuck up. You're being stupid. You're not addressing the issue here.
Hey, Drag, can I ask you a question?
G-Man was right. You're a liar.
So so as an African American yourself, is it racist to call somebody Uncle Ruckus?
No, I don't think
yes.
So you don't think so?
Well, Jill's not black.
No, I don't think Joe Black is black either. But I mean, that's just me.
No, he told me he doesn't identify as black.
Joe
I don't think he's African American, black, or any type of color. None of that. I actually don't think he is.
I just wanted to ask because apparently, Jill has told me that I'm racist for calling him.
Jill has no position to tell anybody that they're racist in any capacity at all, ever in life.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, but it's funny, Jill. As the more I look at these transcripts,
yeah, I totally agree, Tent. It's a pattern with people like Von, Helton, Jill, and G-Man say something stupid or make something up like they know, then get proven to be lying or wrong, and then try to gaslight. Perfectly accurate statement right there. And then Korak asks, is Jill not tired from all this dancing? Oh, Jill's tired. Jill about to do that I got owned quit here real soon.
It's funny that you not check repositories that don't exist. That's like someone asking me if I've checked into an alternate dimension. Well, I would tell them the alternate dimension doesn't exist. So no.
He's still talking about this.
Oh, no,
we all heard me
hilarious.
say, I don't know. That's not yes, sir. Why did you just lie to these people?
So actually, I didn't lie. So if you
just lied and said I said yes, I know those drugs. When the video clearly shows me saying, I don't know.
Drugs?
See, what happens is when you talk to someone like Drag and you think
Jill's just not listening to Drag. He didn't say that Jill said he knows those drugs. He was talking about bringing up those drugs that didn't exist, that he made up, and that it's a subject that Jill is talking about. Jill should know, and Jill didn't know that they were made up. But Drag never said what Jill is saying. But Jill just doesn't fucking listen. And that can happen in these conversations. You're thinking about what you're going to say, and then you try to hold on to it. I can't tell you guys how many times I lose shit in a conversation that I was trying to hold on to, but you got to wait until the right time to speak. You don't want to try to speak over people. I mean, these conversations get difficult, especially if you're dealing with dumbasses like Jill. So I understand. It happens, Jill. It happens. But if you're not paying attention to what Drag is saying, don't call him out for what he's saying when you're not paying attention to what the fuck he's saying. Common sense.
He knows what he's talking about. Sometimes you give him the benefit of the doubt. And sometimes if he says things that you're not sure about, you agree with him. You go along with him. And that's what happens.
No, you say, I'm not sure about that. You don't agree and just go along to go along. If you're an honest interlocutor, you hold up, dude. I don't know what you're talking about right now. Let's talk about this. Let's clarify this. I'm not sure what you're... That's the honest thing to do. That's not being a fucking liar, Joe. Being a fucking liar is saying, oh, yes, yeah, I'm going to, everything you're saying is exactly right because I just made up this bullshit anyway and it doesn't fucking matter. You got caught, my man. Again. Again. And you got caught by one of the best. You shouldn't, I mean, no insult in that. You got caught by Dragnauct. No insult in that, my dude. None.
That's all.
I didn't
Nothing
say
burger.
that you knew
Nothing
the
burger.
drugs.
Nothing burger. Who cares?
So,
I took you.
do
I
you
took
remember,
you as the professional,
Jill,
and
do
you started
remember
naming off drugs, and I
why
said,
mentioned-
"Okay, yeah, all right, you're the
Jill,
professional. That's all.
Jill,
Nothing
Jill,
to get,
shut up.
nothing to get your panties
Jill,
open
this
a
is what
bunch
Uncle
about.
Ruckus does.
He's going to keep
This is
talking
what
over me.
Uncle
'cause I'm
Nothing
about
to get your
finish the
panties
point.
open a
And
bunch
talks
of.
over people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, Jill,
Jesus is Lord. Let him talk.
now, because every time I get him cornered, he starts talking over me. Jill, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you remember why
I gotta
named
run.
those
Thanks
drugs?
for having me, Ginger
Yeah,
Nation.
there we go. He's running. Hey, see you, Jill. There we go.
Oh, such a
Yeah, he's
coward.
running away.
What a
Bye.
coward.
Oh yeah,
What
he's
a
down.
coward.
Yeah, he's
So the funny
Fucking
thing is
Uncle
that
Ruckus.
Jill didn't actually do any research, and I knew.
And there it was, y'all. There it was. Jill's patented, I just got owned quit. It's not a rage quit. It's a I just got my ass beat and handed to me quit. Not a rage quit. Although he was probably a little mad. He was probably a little mad he just got made to look so stupid. So stupid. And all he had to do was not show up to the room to confront Sergeant Slim Jim. It would have never happened. But he can't resist himself. He honestly thought that he could come into this room, confront Sergeant Slim Jim, and not have a conversation with Dragnaught? Come on, my dude. We are almost done. We're going to play just a little bit more. Dragnaught is going to explain to you what just happened.
Do that. And
Right.
so I asked him what repositories that he had checked for his research. And I was like, this guy is an idiot. There's no way that he actually checked any sort of, repository for primary research, even secondary research into what he's talking about. And so I said, okay, let me see if he picks up on the fact that I'm just throwing out names here. And I just kept naming stuff. And I was like, okay, well, he's clearly not, because he's told me that he had went to a repository. I said, that's fine. Let's move on with the conversation. He's not picking up on the crocodile or the jenkum. And so I said, okay, who worked with this Dr. Klimicki and any of this stuff? Was it a Dr. Sephiroth? Yeah, that name kind of sounds familiar. Yeah, and I'm like, does it now? Okay, well, they worked on the Genova project. Yeah, it was the Genova project. And you can actually see here in the conversation, let me actually do a Control F, Genova. Let me screen share again. Look how many times the word Genova shows up in the transcript.
There it is.
You see it? Y'all see it's highlighted. See Genova project. So he says that he thought I said Geneva, but you keep saying the word Genova. I'm saying it clear enough so that the transcript picks up on it 4 times. 4 times. So I love when Jill likes to rewrite what happened. When I purposely said that, all the stuff, all that little bit of conversation, just to show that he's a fucking liar and that he comes on here and he makes shit up. And he got exposed, and now he's upset. And every time I expose him for not knowing whatever topic, or biology or anything, he starts talking over me and he gets upset and he runs away.
I put a link in the side chat, Quentin.
I've been muted this whole fucking time. Holy shit. And they're like, you're muted. Why aren't you looking at the side chat? God, I hate it when that happens. I got to get me a new blue Yeti so I can have my little button right here and not all the way over there. God damn it, I hate it when that happens. And I just said so much brilliant shit that I can't remember because I'm not brilliant. Oh, I got it. When I went to get a new microphone because of my Blue Yeti, it was 5-6 years old. And it had a short where you plugged it in. So I was having huge issues. I need a new microphone. So I went to go get a new Blue Yeti, and none at Best Buy, none at Walmart, no store in town has them. I'm like, all right, fuck. I went everywhere. Come home. I'll just order it off of Amazon. They had like one, a used one that they wanted like $350 for on Amazon. I'm like, fuck no. You get that motherfucker $50-$75 at the store. So I got this, and it doesn't have my little button. There's things about it I don't like. I got to have it all the way up here. I can't talk to it down like this. It got to be right here. So I don't like it. And that mute button has gotten me every time. It's got me every time. So I'm going to get me a new Blue Yeti as soon as I can. Got to take care of the bills first. So sorry about that, you guys watching me do my miming imitation. Nobody mimes as good as I mime when I hit that mute button. Nobody. Oh. So I was saying, tomorrow we're going to have a special Mad Ducks, the Beggar Mad Ducks edition. And I'm going to try to be ready for it. We're putting some things together. It should be funny. We're going to talk a lot of shit about John the Mad Ducks Maddox. If you're not on Twitter, you don't understand what's going on, don't spoil it in the side chat. Don't let people find out for reals what's going on. Might involve Matt Dillahunty, maybe. So tomorrow's going to be the Beggar Mad Ducks. Sunday's the Apostate Alliance. Come check us out, 11 a.m. And then every morning at 9 a.m., you can check me out on the Daily Atheist Morning Show. Go check that out. Subscribe. We talk politics over there, lefty politics, opinion show. Check us out. I want to thank you guys for being here, laughing with me today. We had some laughs, did we not? You guys, have a good day. Be the conversation.
As long as you love me.